Welcome to Legend English Academy. I am Amit Madataji, CEO, JS Software and Technology. I'm trying to give some classes on different topics of grammar, including other topics like textbook of SSC, ACC level. However, now I have decided to take class on noun, and this topic I have decided to talk about because you know noun has a that role in sentence building, and everybody knows that there are 8 kinds of parts of speech in English grammar, and these kinds of parts of speech, I mean these 8 kinds of parts of speech play a very important role in sentence building. And if you want to make any sentence, like if I want to make any sentence, first of all I think that I need a subject. So what is the basic structure of a sentence? If I talk about that, I would like to speak about it. First of all, I would like to go to the board and just write the structure first. Just wait. Here, I'm just writing the structure first. Noun, the topic is noun. So here I am writing the structure, subject plus final verb. So you are just looking at the board, and you see here the structure is subject plus final verb. So in this case, I will talk about the subject. And subject, you know that this is the basic structure, and this basic structure, if we want to make any sentence, we just follow this first. So in this case, this is the subject, and when we want to write a subject, just at that time we need a noun. So this noun is very important because without noun, basically we can't make any sentence. So if I just touch on this topic first, then I would like to speak first that noun, noun and pronoun, noun and pronoun, these two parts of speech. Pronoun is the substitute of noun. So if I talk about noun, we have to at the same time we have to understand that we can use the pronoun in case of noun. And I have already talked about the noun equivalents. And what are the noun equivalents? Infinitive and gerund. These two parts of speech, these are not parts of speech directly, these are not equivalents. So these noun equivalents, infinitive and gerund, they are also very important, and they can be used as subjects in case of noun. As we use pronoun in case of noun, in the same way we can also, infinitive gerund, we can also use them in case of noun. So first I would like to talk about a noun. So if I want to make any sentence, first what we need? We need a subject. Then we need a final verb. The final verb is the verb, this verb completes the work of a sentence, and without any final verb, we can't make any sentence. But subject is not mandatory in all sentences. Like if you think about any imperative sentence, you say subject remains understood. So verb is the soul of the sentence, and we can't make any sentence without any final form. But subject is also very important, and in assertive sentence, in interrogative sentence, in optative sentence, exclamative sentence, we need a subject, and then we need a final form. And look at the board first. Look here, you see here the subject plus final form. This is the subject and the final form. So if you think about any subject, what you need first? You need a subject, you need a noun. Then if you don't find any noun, or if you don't need any noun, that in that case you can use infinitive or gerund, or noun equivalent means infinitive gerund, or pronoun, you can also use pronoun. But remember, noun is the first thing, and we know there are 5 kinds of noun: proper noun, common noun, material noun, character noun, and abstract noun. These 5 kinds of nouns you can use easily. And then comes the question of object. So whether we should use any object? Yes. In that case, we have just follow a rule. In case of object, we have to think about something like I'm telling. Wait here. Final verb. This you know final verb. Final verb is of two kinds. One is auxiliary verb plus and principal. So here you see the auxiliary verb and a principal. So these two words constitute final verb. Obviously, sometimes we don't need any auxiliary verb. In some sentences, we see that we don't need any auxiliary verb. We can directly use the principal verb. So principal verb is the core verb, and without principal verb, basically we can't make any sentence, and this is very very important. But auxiliary verb is also important, but sometimes we don't need auxiliary verb. Other than auxiliary verb, principal verb is very very important. Okay, now you understand. If you want to make any sentence, you need a final verb. So once again, I am telling subject and final verb. This is the basic structure. You just first remember this is the basic structure: subject plus final verb. Then you need object. So this is object. But whether we need an object always? No, not always. It depends on whether the principal verb is transitive or intransitive. This is the question. Transitive verb and intransitive verb. Okay, intransitive verb or transitive verb. So here transitive and intransitive. If the principal verb is transitive, then you need an object. But if the principal verb is not transitive, intransitive, then you don't need any object. So once again, I am just reverse way I am seeing object, verb, subject. And initially, if I say subject, verb, object, this is a very normal structure: subject, verb, object. But object is not always mandatory. Object, you may need object when the verb is transitive. When the verb is transitive, when the principal verb is transitive. Clear? I hope you understand. Again, subject, final verb, object. Subject, final verb, object. So if I write it short, the basic structure of a sentence or basic pattern of a sentence: subject plus verb plus object. So this is the basic structure of a sentence. And object is not always mandatory. It depends on the verb. If the verb is transitive, you need an object. But if the verb is not transitive, you don't need any object. Now I'm giving an example. Now I will not talk about any pronoun. So the boy writes a letter. So you can look. Subject, the boy, is the noun. Write, verb, is the transitive verb, and letter is the object. So here you sum is subject, this is verb, write, or it is transitive verb, trn, verb, and this is object. But if this verb, write verb, is not transitive, do you need any object? No. So if I write the boy runs. If I write the boy rides. Sorry, the boy runs. Right is the transitive verb. The boy runs. So here can you write any object? Or if I say the girl swims, the girl swims. So here can I write any object? So it's very simple. This is the intransitive verb and this is intransitive. Intransitive. So here the verb is intransitive and we don't need any object. So I think you understand. Just wait. I'm waiting. Okay. Now here you look. Subject, verb, there is no object. Subject, verb, there is no object. Here subject, verb and object. So here we need object, but in this sentence we don't need any object because the verb is intransitive, the verb is intransitive. But if the verb is transitive, we need an object. The structure is clear. Subject, verb, object. If the verb is transitive, you need an object. If the verb is not transitive, intransitive, you don't need any object. So this chapter, if I talk about object, we also need noun. And if I don't use any noun, we can use a pronoun. Or if I don't use any pronoun, we can use noun equivalent. This way and that way, we need noun. So noun is mandatory. If I want to write any subject, we need some noun. If I want to write any object, we need noun. And object is of two types: object to the verb and object to the preposition. Now I will show you object to the preposition. So object to the preposition. Okay. The example I write again: the boy, the boy, the boy, the boy swims in the pond. So here the boy swims in the pond, or the girl runs in the schoolyard. Look here, this is swim and run. Swim intransitive, run intransitive. So we can't write any object directly after the intransitive. And in that case, if you want to extend your sentence, you can use the preposition, and after you put preposition, you can use the object to the preposition, right? So in is the preposition and pond is the object, schoolyard is the object. So in preposition, so here we write the object to the preposition. So you understand, object is of two types: object to the verb, that is transitive verb, and object to the preposition. So we find three things: subject. To write subject we need noun. Object. To write object we need noun. So there are 5 functions of a noun. So there are 5 functions of noun. I have already shown you 3 functions of noun. Noun is the subject, noun is the object, object to the verb, and object to the preposition. Now I will show you complement after, that is, I will show you complement and noun as a complement. I will show you complement. Look here. So first I have already talked subject, that is noun, object, noun, object, noun, object, object to the verb, object to preposition. So 1 and 2 and 3. Noun, we need noun to write subject, we need noun to write object. Now we need noun to write complement. So we need noun to write complement. And then we need case in a position. So complement, we need complement, then we need case in a position. So in this case we can use 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 functions of noun. 1 subject, 2 object, object to the verb, 3 object to preposition, 4 complement, and 5 case in a position. That is 5 functions of a noun. Noun has 5 functions in sentence building, or you can use noun in sentence as a subject, as an object, as a complement, and in case in apposition. Now I will write a complement. So 5 functions of a noun. Now I will write a complement. If I say complement, look here, complement always sits after the linking verb. So linking verb plus complement. So if you want If you want to write any complement, that is noun, you need a linking verb. So what type of verb is linking verb? Like be verb. Be verb when it is principal verb. If the principal, if the be verb is principal verb, then you can say it's a linking verb. If the be verb is the principal verb in the sentence, if the be verb is the principal verb in the sentence, you can say it is a linking verb, and after the verb you can write complement, and this complement is noun. So if I give an example, I am a student, I am a student, or I am a teacher, or he is a player, or they are singers, etc. etc. This sentence, if you look, he is a student. So he is a student. If I write he is a student, so what is the sentence? He is a student. Here is the linking verb. He is a student. Here is the linking verb. That is the principal verb and it is a linking verb. So in case of linking verb, you have to write the complement, not the object. So object is not mandatory. If the transitive verb is the principal verb is transitive verb, you can write an object. But if the principal verb is not the transitive verb, rather it is an intransitive verb, then you don't need any object. But other than or apart from object, you can write complement, but provided the verb is be verb or linking verb. But don't think so that be verb is the only linking verb. There are other linking verbs also. So I'm not talking about them. What are the other linking verbs? But here you must remember, if the principal verb is the linking verb, and in that case you have to write the complement, not object. Again, if the principal verb is transitive, you have to write the object, or if the principal verb is not the transitive, rather it is an intransitive, then you can write any object. So subject is very important, and subject is almost mandatory. Why this is almost mandatory? Apart from imperative sentence, the other four sentences like assertive, interrogative, optative, and exclamative sentence, we need a subject. So if I want to write any subject, basically first of all I have to think about the noun. And if I don't want to write any noun, then I need pronoun, or if I don't want to write any pronoun, then I need noun equivalent. And in that case, noun equivalent means infinitive and gerund. Obviously, verbal noun is almost the same as gerund. Almost the same, not the same, not the same. So you can also verbal noun. But remember, these words above, first one, infinitive. When you want to write any infinitive, you need a verb. When you want to write any gerund, you need a verb. And when you want to write any verbal noun, you also need a verb. So verb. And these verbs, when they work as noun, that is the noun equivalence. So in short, we need a noun. So in this case, we need noun and noun subject, noun object, noun complement. And the last one is KC apposition. The last one is KC apposition. Okay. So I'm just giving an example on KC apposition. KC apposition, look here. KC apposition. Mr. Rahman, headmaster of our school, is a very nice man. kind men. Here we look, Mr. Roman is the subject. Headmaster of our school